News 8 Now at 11 starts now.
Tonight, more money for Rochester. While the city wages a fight against poverty and crime, the state comes through with an historic increase in aid.
This is a tremendous boost for our city.
Also,
2 recent attacks in a quiet city neighborhood have residents taking action. Tonight, in a special Crime Tracker report, we'll have important tips to keep you safe.
and
A family of God torn apart by violence. The minister was shot dead. Now the minister's wife is charged with murder.
next.
A dark journey into night. These explorers set a record on their trek to the North Pole.
See the difference every day. This is News 8 Now.
Thank you for staying up late with us tonight, everybody. We hope you're enjoying the NCAA Basketball tournament here on Channel 8. Well, the city of Rochester has won a hard-fought battle for more state aid.
Late today, lawmakers in Albany approved an historic increase in funding for the city. Under the plan, Rochester will get an additional $18 million in state aid. That's a 33% increase over last year, the largest increase ever for Rochester, and more in line with the amount of aid for Syracuse and Buffalo.
It was a process that was unfortunately more stressful than it should have been and more difficult, but the end result was great.
Everyone in Albany has become keenly aware of the challenges that we have in Rochester, which means that we as a community have been very successful in getting the message out that we need help.
How badly does Rochester need help? Well, today, while lawmakers ironed out that aid package, Mayor Duffy led a tour of the city's most blighted areas. News 8's Dave McKinley was there.
This is the reality, and there's so much in terms of the underpinnings of economics and poverty over here. You saw the contrast, vacant houses boarded up, and then a row of just beautiful homes. That's the picture we want to create over here.
Bob Duffy may have been mayor for all of 3 months now, but remember, he was a cop for nearly 30 years, so he knows more than a bit about these environs.
I've run through these backyards before, chasing people. I've been down here for shootings. I've been down here for homicides.
And Barb Collins, who's lived in this neighborhood for 22 years, has seen it too.
Hell on earth. It really is.
And if this be hell, then this just may be the nostrils of hell. Welcome to Sullivan Street. 1 block long, with more vacant lots and abandoned homes than occupied ones. And everywhere, the obvious signs of vice. In fact, there are some spots where you can't take 2 steps without stepping in it.
This is probably the #1 place where they shoot up.
Duffy says with more money, they would knock down some of these homes, rehab the ones which could be saved, and hire more cops to keep these streets safe.
I think a year we could make an awful lot of progress.
Because while this is hardly what he envisions for Rochester, this is.
You look down the street, and there's a dad with his young child in a play car down there.
His name's Quincy Eady. He makes $8 an hour sorting recyclables and drops most of it on 4-year-old Quincy Jr. to give him something nice to play with in a place that is far from a children's paradise. It's not that Quincy feels he can't live here.
As long as you respect everybody, you shouldn't have a problem.
However, what's it like to raise a boy up here?
Well,
yeah, well, put it this way.
You got to get better than this, man. They got to get better than this.
And if it doesn't?
I'm trying to move to the suburbs, hopefully next 3 or 4 years.
Which is the last thing he wants to see. Dave McKinley, News 8 Now.
Even with the additional aid approved today by state lawmakers, Rochester still faces an $11 million budget gap. There's no word yet how the city plans to address that deficit.
A man from Perry charged with murdering his mother is in a Texas jail tonight, but he will be back in Wyoming County next week. 46-year-old Kerry Van Buren is charged with second-degree murder. He waived his extradition in a Texas courtroom today. The body of his 63-year-old mother, Gail Van Buren, was discovered in an unused room at the family home last week. She had been beaten with a mallet, according to prosecutors. Police in East Texas say Kerry Van Buren confessed to her murder last week when he was arrested on a charge of drunk driving.
A shocking murder case in Tennessee appears to be closed now. A popular minister was found shot to death in his home, and police say his wife has confessed to the crime. Church members found Matthew Winkler's bullet-ridden body Thursday in his parsonage. His wife, Mary, was found in Alabama. She'd driven there in a van with the couple's 3 daughters. Church members are in shock and disbelief.
My heart tells me she couldn't have done this, but obviously they've got so much proof that she did, but I can't believe she did this.
The children are ages 8, 6, and 1, and they're staying with grandparents. Mary Winkler is expected to return to Tennessee later today to face first-degree murder charges.
2 unsolved attacks in an unusually quiet Rochester neighborhood have prompted residents to take action. Both attacks happened near Monroe Avenue and Goodman Street. News 8's Katrina Irwin has this crime tracker report.
We're not accustomed to that sort of thing in this neighborhood. Obviously, anytime a weapon is involved, it gets our attention, and we're not used to it. We don't want to become used to it.
As head of the Lock 66 Neighborhood Association, Ted Benedict decided to take action when he heard about 2 recent attacks in the neighborhood. Police say on March 1st, a woman was approached by 2 men on Boardman Street. They had a gun and demanded money. She was struck several times and the men got away. The next night, a similar incident happened at the 7-Eleven. Police aren't sure if the 2 are related.
It's a great place to live and bring up a family. And that's why an incident like this that involves a weapon really resonates and gets people's attention.
Monroe Avenue's never been characterized as a very quiet neighborhood. With all of the bars and shops along the street, there are bound to be issues from time to time. But just around the corner on many of the side streets, residents say they generally feel very safe.
We grew up around here, so it's like a comfort zone, and to hear things like that, not such a comfort zone anymore.
Susan Cockner and Marissa Slotnick say before the attacks, they never really worried. Of course, they have some added protection, the 4-legged kind.
It's kind of scary. This is a neighborhood we're trying to walk our dogs. I don't want to feel like I'm not safe in my own neighborhood.
And that's exactly why the neighborhood group put the word out. After working with the Net Office, they learned the more people know, the safer they'll be.
These are crimes about opportunity in general, and if we make it more difficult, limit the opportunity for them to be victimized, that's the best thing we can do.
In Rochester, Katrina Irwin, News 8 Now.
And Katrina says Rochester police have these tips for residents. First, lock your doors and windows and try to keep your property well lit. If possible, don't walk alone at night and make sure you are aware of your surroundings. So far, police have not made an arrest in connection with these attacks. If you do have information, you are asked to call them at 911.
24 horses have perished in a barn fire at New Jersey's largest horse farm. The receiving barn at Peretti Farms was full to capacity when a fire broke out at 4 a.m. The 12 mares and 12 foals all died of smoke inhalation. The stable burned to the ground. Fire investigators say the fire was sparked by an electrical problem. 2 months ago, tragedy struck the Seneca Park Zoo when a much-anticipated baby elephant died during birth.
Because of that, fundraising for a new elephant exhibit was put on hold, but now it is back and with a new focus. The new campaign is called Experience Great Things. The zoo is looking for $250,000 in donations to build a pool for the elephants to use. Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks says it's time to turn the collective heartbreak into something positive.
We had to regroup, and we wanted not to lose the momentum and the energy around, the positive energy around the zoo and all the great things that reside here.
The new elephant exhibit at the Seneca Park Zoo is set to open at the end of April. Groundbreaking, hopefully, on the swimming pool, they say, is scheduled for the fall.
Now, Stormwatch 8 weather with Chief Meteorologist Scott Hexko.
Hey, you're on. Oh. Hi, let's do some weather. No, I wasn't really sleeping, and I'm not bored by their newscast. It's always a fine product. I'm not, seriously. No, I was just a little tired. I've been up early. It's been a long day, Logan, on all that. Don't feel bad. I know you got kids too. All right, take a look right now at the numbers. I'm stepping out. We're going to them. 33 and the dew point right with it. So the air is humid. It's saturated. I looked outside. We saw some snizzle out there at this hour. Low clouds, a low ceiling through the overnight. Temperatures in the low 30s area-wide. Rochester down to Penn Yan, Binghamton, low 30s, upper 20s down in Jamestown. And on satellite and radar, we are watching a very interesting trajectory here. Southeast to northwest, these showers are moving in this way because there's low pressure way behind us. I'll show you it later on as we get into a wider regional map. But what that is the counterclockwise fashion of the wind flow takes these guys and throws them back to the north and west. That'll continue for the rest of today. We expect snow showers mixed with a few raindrops as temperatures may try to get up near 40 for a high temperature later on this afternoon on Saturday as we just started yesterday. All right, there's the weather almanac. 43 and 24 our temperature range. Not a whole lot going on with regard to having numbers near the records, obviously, and no rainfall or snowfall on the day That was Friday. 33 last hour at the airport. Again, upper 30s and lower 40s to the south and to the east. And again, on satellite and radar, here's what's been going on. There it is, the area of low pressure sitting and rotating south of Cincinnati now. And again, because the flow is in this direction, a counterclockwise flow, it's throwing that moisture off the Atlantic right back into western New York. And we'll get some snow showers throughout the day. A bigger storm developing off the eastern seaboard. We'll see that even better as we take you on the U.S. one. There it is, right up the coast. It's going to fly away from us the next couple of days. It could have been a rather exciting, interesting storm, but it will be too far east to give us any severe weather problems. And again, we're just going to be mired in low clouds most of Saturday. And we're hoping for some clearer skies by Sunday afternoon. Rest of the overnight snizzle beneath low clouds. It's chilly out there. We'll drop a few more degrees to around 30 by later on this morning. You're waking up and temperatures will be in the mid-30s, around 40 by the afternoon. Gray, chilly, damp, dank, drab, snow and rain showers. And I have no positive words for Saturday, other than this Saturday.
Yes.
Sunrise, sunset times on the TV in the future follows that. 42 on Sunday. Early snow showers, perhaps, then afternoon sunshine after about 3 or 4 o'clock as high pressure kind of chisels away at those low clouds. Then on Monday, a great looking day. Middle 40s, lots of sun. Tuesday, clouds increase, showers do as well into Wednesday. And then by, we think, Thursday and Friday, temperatures could be back in the 50s, the decade of Buddy Holly.
Whoa.
In the meantime, chisel on the snizzle and
chisel on the, yeah, we're talking like Snoop Dogg tonight.
Well, you two are.
Thank goodness no one else is.
Okay, Scott,
I'm
thanks.
going back for
See you in a little while. 2 Arctic explorers made history on Friday morning.
For the first time ever, someone has traveled to the North Pole on skis in the pitch dark of Arctic winter. Borgie Ausland and Mike Horn skied for nearly a month and a half to reach the top of the world. All of the North Pole expeditions in history have been made in the summer when the Earth's axis is tilted toward the sun. Well, these fellas spent the entirety of their 1,200-mile journey in perpetual night. Along the way, they were chased by a polar bear and had to survive temperatures of 40 below. What a feat. Huh?
Yeah. And at 15 feet long, it certainly isn't your average abandoned baby.
Coming up, how a gray whale calf got lost.
I'm Thad Brown. How close are the Sabres to the panic button? Well, we found out tonight against Ottawa. The highlights later in sport.
Prices are now being slashed during York Furniture Gallery's clearance sale. Floor samples, one of a kind, discontinued and specially selected items throughout York's entire furniture inventory. Hurry in for best selection now through Sunday only. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, entertainment centers, home office, leather furniture, and much more, all at clearance sale prices. Special financing available during this incredible savings event. Hurry in now through Sunday only. York Furniture Gallery.
First came the award-winning CTS. And now comes STS. Lightning strikes twice. Cadillac, breakthrough.
Visit your Greater Rochester Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
Every time you go online, there's a chance something could go wrong. A virus could attack. Your passwords could be stolen. That's why Roadrunner High-Speed Online keeps your security updated for free with the latest antivirus, anti-spam, anti-spyware, and firewall protection. And since it's Roadrunner, you've got amazing speed to go with all that security.
Call 756-BEEP and get your first 12 months at $29.95 per month with free self-installation.
Roadrunner High-Speed Online from Time Warner Cable.
This is News 8 Now.
A tape has surfaced that has triggered outrage in Los Angeles.
It shows a case of homeless dumping where hospital patients are discharged into the streets when they have nowhere else to go. Manuel Gallegos reports.
Surveillance video shows an elderly woman wearing only a hospital gown wandering one of Los Angeles' toughest neighborhoods. She's the latest example of a growing problem in the city, homeless dumping. The abandoned woman, 63-year-old Carol Ann Reyes, had been a patient of Kaiser Permanente after she had fallen and hurt her nose. But when she couldn't remember where she lived, the hospital sent her in a cab to a downtown homeless shelter where she was left nearby. The president of the shelter says patient dumping has happened 46 times that he knows of in the last several months.
I don't blame the hospitals alone. It's as a society, we've got to figure out what do you do with the most vulnerable, poor, frail people who have nowhere to go.
This is the area where the homeless woman was dropped off in the shadow of downtown Los Angeles, Skid Row, considered one of the roughest parts of the city. It's a neighborhood filled with homeless services, but also sex offenders and drug addicts. A dangerous and volatile place, say police.
We have an element, a large criminal element within this community that loves to target people who they think can't defend themselves or won't report it to the police.
Kaiser Hospital did step up and take responsibility for what happened.
I want to apologize to this patient. I want to sincerely apologize.
The latest victim, who clearly has dementia, is now back in the hospital. And the city is looking into ways to fix the problem, including possible regional shelters to prevent homeless dumping from happening again. Manuel Gallegos, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Thousands of protesters took to the streets Friday in the western U.S., demonstrating in support of immigrants' rights. The largest of the protests was in Phoenix, Arizona. An estimated 10,000 people were protesting a bill that would make it a felony for an illegal immigrant to live or work in the U.S. The bill's to be voted on Monday by the U.S. Senate. Protesters also marched today in Los Angeles and Milwaukee. A wayward whale is making waves in California.
A lone gray calf has been discovered swimming in San Diego Bay. Now you may ask, so what's unusual about that? Well, this is migrating season for gray whales. The whales that spend winters on the California coast usually head to the coast of Central America this time of year. Marine biologists say the 15-foot calf ran into a boat, got confused, and then went in the wrong direction. The calf doesn't appear to be injured. Biologists say they will watch him closely and make sure he is doing okay on his own.
How are you doing on your own, Scott?
So far, so good. I'm doing all right.
Scott, what do you do with a 15-foot whale calf?
What would I do with one?
I wouldn't know what to do.
I would do nothing but stay away.
Yes.
I think that's a good advice.
Send it on its way. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're showing what time it is.
Right now, I'm sorry that I brought that up.
I'm sorry that this is live, my friends. Because if we taped it, it would have been a lot better. You know, take a look right now at satellite right across the East Coast. There's a big old area of low pressure that's well off the east coast of Washington. It's moving northeast toward Nova Scotia. It will take its cargo of severe weather with regard to heavy rain and snow away from us. We'll get snow showers Saturday, Sunday morning as well, but then skies will hope to break out into some sunshine here by Sunday afternoon, 42 then. So today, later on, not so good, but getting better Sunday. Back to you.
Thanks, Scotty. As you probably noticed, the price of gas is inching up. Here's tonight's numbers in the News 8 Fuel Finder.
Prices are now being slashed during York Furniture Gallery's clearance sale. Hurry in for best selection now through Sunday only. Clearance prices with special financing now through Sunday only.
The signs all point to one thing. It's Toyota's premier event. While you're there, check out the Toyota cars with great deals going on now. Like the fun-to-drive Corolla. Lease one for just $159 a month. Or lease the legendary Camry for just $199 a month. Or take home America's #1 selling car, Camry, with $1,500 cash back. Toyota's premier event is on. Don't miss it. Toyota, moving forward.
We love our sunroom. It is absolutely beautiful. It was just built to perfection.
This month, get 25% off all Comfort sunrooms and enclosures. Expand your living space. Extend the seasons with 25% savings from Comfort.
The windows, the glass, all of those things that we really enjoy are there now for us.
Comfort windows and doors.
Better Business Bureau, winner for marketplace ethics.
Forget the frozen entree. You deserve more. You deserve something fresh, like the $2.49 daily special from Subway restaurants. Oh yeah, it's a different featured regular 6-inch sub every day on your choice of freshly baked bread, served toasted or untoasted, piled high with tasty veggies, and you can have it all for just $2.49. Dine in or get it to go. It's the $2.49 daily special from Subway restaurants. Just make sure you get yours today. Subway, eat fresh.
Wake up with us this weekend. Good morning. Hot
hot, steaming waffles with your favorite toppings, Eggs Benedict, and all your tasty morning favorites. All for one low price, including coffee and juice. Start your weekend at Old Country Buffet.
Get your weather 24/7 with the Stormwatch 8 weather team and Comfort Windows. This is News 8 Now.
On our Listens line this week, criticism of President Bush's vow to stay the course in Iraq.
Also, relief. A high-profile murder in Rochester is over. Here's Feedback Friday.
We were emotionally relieved to hear that David Zacher was found guilty of the horrible murders of his family. His attorney, John Farinello, for his defense of this despicable murder, should be considered an undesirable by the citizens of the Rochester community. Thank goodness he was not elected mayor.
Nearly every member of the Bush administration, from Karl Rove to George Bush himself, came of service age during Vietnam. But the only one who actually went to Vietnam was Colin Powell, and he was the one they wouldn't listen to. And just look at what you got now. George Bush wanted Iraq, he earned it, he deserves it, but he ain't the one over in Iraq getting it. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the biggest shame of the whole sorry affair.
Thanks for your comments. If you have a comment about anything we do here at Channel 8, please call 585-224-8888, extension 444. We play your comments at 6 and again at 11 in Feedback Friday. Sabres chasing first place. Amherst just looking to get into the playoffs. Thad Brown has highlights coming up.
And Tiger Woods not playing for money, trophies, or prestige today. He was playing for his dad. Thad Brown explains.
News 8 Now, brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance.
Want to accelerate your savings? Shift to State Farm. Get discounts up to 40% on car insurance.
Isn't it time you put your savings into high gear? Call today and let State Farm agents Lisa Catone or Heather McQueen Sheeran get you a price quote right away. Let our great rates help accelerate your savings.
More families across America have chosen Singular Family Talk on the network with the fewest dropped calls of any wireless carrier. Singular Family Talk. Add a line for just $9.99. Plus, get a new LG camera phone. Singular, raising the bar.
What's the forecast for today? Call the Stormwatch 8 weather line at 222-8888 or online at WROC-TV.com from Comfort Windows and News 8 Now.
Shouldn't you be sleeping in a real bed? You can, and for a lot less than you think, during the spring 29-hour sale at Value City Furniture.
This week, take your choice of dozens of exclusive all-wood and stylish all-metal queen beds by American Signature.
Pay as little as $199 for the bed of your dreams and save hundreds.
Save on living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, and much more.
Don't miss the spring 29-hour sale at Value City Furniture.
High quality, low prices.
Lombard Street, San Francisco. The world's most crooked street is about to become the most hazardous. Can the Lexus GS with all-wheel drive handle this? It just did. See Dorsho Lexus.
Now, News 8 Sports with Thad Brown.
For the first time all year, we're getting really nervous about the Sabres. A 3-game losing streak into last night when Buffalo hosted the NHL's best team. That would be Ottawa. In the Sens, they're doing it without Dominic Hasek, Ray Emery in goal, and he got some help quickly. 4.5 minutes in, that's Daniel Alfredson making it 1-0 Senators. 2 minutes to change later, Antoine Vermette. Somebody defend him. 2-0 Ottawa. Second period starting to feel like it just wasn't Buffalo's night. Watch this. Off one post, off two posts, and it doesn't go in. Still 2-0. However, Buffalo gets on the board. Daniel Briere to an open net. He'll make those all day. It's 2-1. But in the third, watch this. Mike Greer. Oh, the light goes on, ref points. Everybody thinks it's a goal. We're tied at 2. Watch again. the puck never quite gets completely over that goal line, and they wave off the goal. That made the final 3-1 after Ottawa scored later. Buffalo loses. They're now 9 points behind the Sens for first place. How about the Amerks? They were hosting Cleveland tonight, and that means the Moose was busy making people happy. That was about 5-6 hours ago, by the way. Those people are way asleep by now, most of them probably. But we're going to show you the highlights anyway. That made it 2-2. Chris Taylor the goal in the second period, but then Cleveland takes the lead back. Shot off the post right to Tom Cavanaugh. Johnny on the spot, or Tommy on the spot. In this case, it's 3-2. And that was big because later in the third period, it's 4-2 Barons. Clark MacArthur the goal, but the Amerks never got quite to a tie. 4-3 the final. Rochester gets the loss tonight. They will travel to Grand Rapids for 2 over the weekend. Well, Tiger Woods said last night his goal this week at the Players' Championship is simply to make the cut. Tiger's father is battling cancer, and he wants Dad to look forward to seeing his son on TV this weekend. Tiger watching the cut line like a hawk today. Tiger did not need to, though, because here on number 9, the chip in for par goes. That sealed a 3-under round. He was 3-under after 2 rounds, made the cut by 3 shots. That was nice, but let's go to 13, where all the fun was today. Pops in the ace. But you know what? A little while later, 3 hours in fact, but about 15 hours ago, Jesper Parnevik, same hole, finds that very same slope. Look at this thing truck. It's going to go, and I'm going to spare you the suspense. Now, Jim Furyk was tied for the lead with this guy, Davis Love III, after 1 round. DL3 misses that putt for triple bogey. He made a 9 in the last hole, shot 83, went from leading to missing the cut. Nice week. To basketball now. 4 games last night featuring a number 1 seed getting beat, a buzzer beater, an improbable comeback, and a much earlier finishing time. Law of averages says tonight's 4 games should all have been blowouts and should have gotten done faster. Neither happened. We'll start with the Minneapolis region. Number 1, Villanova and BC. Boston College blew a 9-point lead, down 3 here. Jared Dudley to tie and to force overtime, which is bad. In overtime, Craig Smith backs in, puts the Eagles up 1. Fortunately, this game only went 1 overtime because that's a goaltend, and Villanova escapes by 1 point. George Mason and Wichita State battle the Cinderellas. This one all Mason. Falaren Campbell. Get used to that name. You'll hear it on Sunday, the dunk. Mason to the Elite 8 by 8, coincidentally. Georgetown in Florida, tight all the way. Georgetown up 1. Corey Brewer, tough shot and 1. The Gators sneak by 57-53. And UConn, Washington, the reason I'm still standing here at 1:36 in the morning, Rashad Anderson, that 3 to tie the game. And then in overtime, UConn up 2. Washington the steal, but fortunately, knowing we need to get on the air, Washington throws it right back to UConn, and the game ends with UConn winning. How about some high school basketball? Rush Henrietta's girls basketball team, their season is over. A heck of a year, though, losing in the Federation semis today. And finally, some gymnastics. Sutherland grad Natalie Lipschutz leading Brockport out for the D3 championships today. Lipschutz did not compete because of an injury, but Churchville Chala is Crystal Kaminsky right there in the vault for Ithaca. The Bombers were 4th. Brockport Sarah Balka, the first person ever to win all rounds in back-to-back years. The Golden Eagles were 4th. The individuals are tomorrow. Or today, actually, at 4, which would be 12 and a half hours from now. You okay? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Okay. I had a good time. It was good games tonight, though.
It was,
gotta say that.
Oh, man, it was exciting.
If we're going to be here till now, it was a good watching tonight, that's for sure.
Right. Thank you,
Great job, Thad, and we'll be right back.
News 8 Now, brought to you in part by Kaufman's.
Days are changing and the rain stopped falling. I can feel the sunshine calling. A season of innocence reminds me of you. Sweet little smile, simple and true. The freshest fashions are on sale. 30 to 50% off during the spring sale. Right now at Kaufman's.
Any way you look at it, the new Hyundai Elantra is surprising. With more interior space than Toyota Corolla, standard dual front and side impact airbags, and Hyundai's award-winning quality inside and out. All backed by America's best warranty. All for $2,800 less than a Honda Civic. Discover more than meets the eye with the new Hyundai Elantra, nicely equipped at just $13,245 at Hyundai. Get the all-new Elantra with up to $1,500 cash back at your local Hyundai dealer.
Barney's back with an all-new show.
Barney Live, the Let's Go Tour is coming to town.
Are you ready to have fun?
Join Barney, BJ, and Baby Bop on an adventure to a magical toy workshop. Meet dancing teddy bears and out-of-this-world robots. Get your tickets to see this singing, dancing extravaganza that's as big as your imagination.
Appearing March 27th and 28th for 2 terrific shows, live at the Blue Cross Arena. Reserve seats now on sale at Ticketmaster.
Get ready for a power surge from Time Warner Cable. With it, ordinary people have the power to see things when and how they want. The power to travel at blazing fast speeds all over the internet. The power to talk as long as they want, just about anywhere they want. And this power surge can be unleashed, all with one call, all on one bill. Save up to hundreds of dollars a year with all-in-one digital cable, Roadrunner, and digital phone together.
Tonight's Mega Millions drawing us a jackpot of $82 million, and the winning numbers are 1, 2, 17, 47, 49. The Mega Ball is 19.
Scott's got your first look at the morning forecast. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, we'll be here. Actually, this is part of our News 8 Now 24-hour marathon. We're going to be on till Sunday. And Sunday's weather will improve, clearing skies, low 40s by then. Later on today, not an attractive day, but not a miserable day completely. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you Monday.
That's right.
God knows we deserve it.
Yes, and again, thank you so much for staying up late with us tonight. Letterman's coming up next.
Have a good weekend.